This video is about she was a servant yet his wolf claimed her in front of all. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The moon hung high above the Silverwood Pack's territory, casting a silver glow over the lush forest. Clara, a mere servant, knelt on the cold, damp earth, her heart a storm of emotions. She was invisible to most, a shadow among the wolves. Yet every night she felt the pull of something deeper, something that connected her to the moonlit world of the pack. Clara! A sharp voice cut through the night. It was Beckett, the pack's enforcer, his eyes glinting with mischief. "What are you doing down there?" the Alpha's face wanted to serve itself. "I am coming," Clara replied, scrambling to her feet. Her heart raced, not just from the embarrassment of being caught, but from the fleeting thoughts of the Alpha himself, Rowan. He was everything strong, fierce, the embodiment of the wolf spirit. And she was nothing. The grand hall was alive with laughter, the rich scent of roasted game and herbs filling the air. Clara moved through the throng, serving wine and food, her eyes occasionally drifting to Rowan. He sat at the head of the table, a commanding presence, radiating an energy that made her heart ache. "I hear whispers, Clara." Beckett leaned closer, his tone teasing yet laced with a hint of warning. "You shouldn't look at the Alpha like that. He doesn't notice you." "Maybe he doesn't want to," she murmured, her cheeks flushing. "It's not my place." "Not your place. You've been here long enough to know how things work. Just remember, an Omega like you..." "Enough." Rowan's voice cut through the noise, making the room fall silent. His gaze, intense and piercing, landed on Clara. "Bring me more wine, Clara." Her heart raced as she nodded, turning quickly to pour the wine, her hands trembling. She could feel his eyes on her, hot and heavy, and it ignited something deep within her. It was a mix of fear and yearning, a dangerous cocktail that left her breathless. As she returned to him, the air crackled with unspoken tension. "You were always so serious, Clara," he said, his voice slow and smooth. "Why don't you ever smile? Life in the pack should be joyful." "I have little reason to smile, my Alpha," she replied softly, daring to meet his gaze. Their eyes locked, and in that moment, the world around them faded. It was just the two of them, a wolf and a servant, caught in the delicate web of fate. "You were wrong," he whispered, his voice a mere breath against the night. "You are a part of this pack. You belong here." Before she could respond, Beckett and a few others burst into laughter, breaking the moment. Rowan's expression shifted, the Alpha mask returning as he turned to them. Clara stepped back, heart pounding in her chest. As the night wore on, Clara couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The other servants exchanged glances as she realized they were gossiping about her. Whispers floated through the air about how she dared to look at the Alpha, how she claimed a place she didn't deserve. "Clara!" A familiar, soft voice called. It was Alara, the pack's healer and one of the few who treated her with kindness. "Come here." Clara approached, relief washing over her as Alara held out a small bundle of herbs. "For your tea. It helps with the sleepless nights." "Thank you, Alara. You always know what I need." Clara smiled, grateful for her friend's presence. "Just be careful around Rowan," Alara warned, her expression serious. "You know how dangerous it can be for someone in your position." "I know," Clara sighed. "But there is something about him I can't explain it." "It is the bond of wolves," Alara said gently. "You may not be a wolf, but your heart knows the truth. Just tread carefully. Not all bonds are meant to be." As the moon dipped lower in the sky, Clara felt a surge of determination. She knew the risks, but her heart was entwined with Rowan's in a way she couldn't comprehend. She slipped away from the gathering, seeking solace in the quiet embrace of the woods. The trees whispered secrets as she wandered deeper into the forest, the sound of her heartbeats grounding her. She paused by a shimmering stream, the moonlight dancing over the water. As she knelt to drink, a rustle in the bushes startled her. Clara came a low growl, deep and resonant. She turned, her breath hitching as Rowan emerged from the shadows, the moon casting an ethereal glow around him. "My Alpha," she stammered, trying to regain her composure. "What are you doing here?" "Looking for you," he said, stepping closer, the air thick with unspoken feelings. "You shouldn't be out here alone." "I needed a moment," Clara whispered, heart pounding. "The pack they'll talk." "Let them," Rowan said, his gaze fierce. "They don't understand what it means to feel this pull, this connection between us." Her heart soared at his words, but doubt crept in. "I am just a servant, Rowan, an Omega. You could never see me as..." "The don't." His voice was like thunder, silencing her fears. You read more than that. My wolf recognizes you as something precious. You belong to me. The weight of his words pressed down on her, terrifying yet exhilarating. But the pack doesn't dictate my heart, he interrupted, moving closer until the heat of his body enveloped her. You feel it too, don't you? This bond. I do, Clara breathed, the truth spilling from her lips. But it is forbidden. Rowan's expression hardened, a mix of determination and pain. I will fight for you, Clara, no matter the consequences. Rowan, they'll never accept this, she said, fear creeping into her voice. You'll be seen as weak for claiming a servant. Then let them see me weak, he replied fiercely. I am not afraid to defy the norms of our world. I am terrified of losing you. Her heart ached at the raw honesty in his words. Clara stepped back, her mind racing. What if it is not meant to be? What if we are doomed to fail? He grasped her shoulders, his grip firm yet gentle. Our destiny is not for others to decide. The moon has brought us together for a reason. Just as they stood there, lost in each other's eyes, a howl echoed through the night, a warning from the pack. Beckett's voice reached them, filled with authority. Rowan, where are you? Panic surged through Clara. You have to go. They'll see us. I want to leave you, Rowan said, his eyes fierce and resolute. Brought. Beckett's voice grew closer, urgency threading through the air. You were needed back at the hall. With a heavy heart, Clara pushed him away. Go, before they find us. Rowan hesitated, pain flickering in his eyes. This isn't tea over, Clara. I'll come back for you. As he turned to vanish into the shadows, Clara felt the weight of her choice. She was just a servant, yet a bond had formed, a dangerous, undeniable bond that could shatter everything she knew. Clara watched him disappear, the echoes of the night swallowing his presence. She wanted to believe in destiny, in the promise of love, but the fear of rejection loomed larger than the moon above. With a deep breath, she returned to the pack, her heart heavy with longing and uncertainty, knowing that the path ahead was riddled with both peril and possibility. Asterisk, 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 to be continued, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. The moon was still high above the Silverwood pack, a guardian watching over the tangled web of fate that bound Clara and Rowan. Yet with each passing moment, the weight of their secret grew heavier. Clara returned to the hall, the laughter and revelry feeling like a distant echo of joy she could no longer claim. As she poured drinks for the feasting wolves, the whispers grew sharper. Did you see how the alpha looked at her? The voice hissed. A mere servant, thinking she is worthy of his attention. Each word pierced her like shards of glass, igniting her insecurities anew. Clara. Beckett's mocking tone snapped her from her reverie. You read daydreaming again. I hope it is not about the alpha. You should know your place. His laugh rang out, cruel and derisive. I know my place, Beckett, Clara replied, forcing her voice steady. It is serving the pack. The bitterness in her words surprised even herself, but she was done with hiding. Is that why you were alone with him, then? Beckett stepped closer, his gaze threatening. I'll make sure the pack knows of your little rendezvous. Do you think I care what the pack thinks? Clara shot back, her heart racing. She had never spoken this boldly to him before. I am just a servant, remember? His eyes narrowed, and for a moment, Clara felt her courage wavering. She turned away, pouring more wine, her heart pounding with the weight of the truth she carried. She had seen the fire in Rowan's eyes, a fire that could either consume them or illuminate their path. In the corner of the hall, Rowan sat, his gaze fixed on Clara, a silent promise lingering in the air between them. He had returned from the woods, and although the feast continued around him, he felt her absence like a raw wound. He excused himself, seeking her out. Clara, he whispered softly, approaching her as she busied herself with the serving dishes. Can we talk? Here? Clara glanced nervously around. The pack was watching, eyes filled with suspicion. It is not wise. Then let us step outside, Rowan suggested, his voice low and alluring, igniting a flutter of hope in her heart. She nodded, the urgency of their bond pulling her forward. Once outside, the cool night air wrapped around them like a cocoon. They stood beneath the moonlight, the world reduced to just the two of them. I can't stop thinking about you, Rowan confessed, stepping closer, his energy palpable. My wolf craves you. Clara felt breathless, torn between the thrill of his words and the fear of their reality. But what about the pack? They'll never accept this. You'll be seen as weak. I don't care, he declared fiercely. I'd rather be weak with you than strong without you. You have to trust me. I want to trust you, Rowan, but Clara hesitated, the weight of her position crashing down on her. I can't bear the thought of you losing everything for me. What if I told you that losing you would be worse than losing my title? His words resonated with raw vulnerability, and Clara felt tears prick her eyes. I need to know that you feel this too. I do, Clara whispered, her voice trembling. But I am scared of what the future holds, scared of being hurt. Rowan reached for her, his fingers brushing against her cheek, sending sparks coursing through her body. You were the first light I have seen in years, that one he let fear dictate our fate. Just then, the sound of laughter from the hall broke their moment. Beckett's voice rang out, teasing yet threatening. Rowan, come here, we were discussing important matters. Clara stepped back, her heart racing. They all suspect something. You must be careful. Rowan's jaw tightened, frustration flickering in his eyes. I can stand against them, for you. Can you? Clara challenged, a hint of doubt creeping in. They'll never forgive you. You'll be seen as a fool. Let them think what they want, he said, determination lacing his voice. I will claim you, Clara, that is my vow. Vows can lead to heartbreak, she replied, biting her lip. What if you regret this? What if I am not what you truly need? It is too late for what ifs, he said, his voice fierce, filled with a passionate conviction that made her heart race. You be my mate, and I will fight for you. The air filled with tension, the weight of unspoken emotions hanging between them. Clara stepped closer, her heart racing with uncertainty and desire. What happens if the pack turns against you? I'll face them, Rowan replied, his voice resolute. Together, we'll rise against this tide. Together. The word echoed in her mind, resonating with the bond she felt. But reality clawed at her heart, pulling her back. What if they hurt you? I can lose you, Rowan. He took her hands, his grip reassuring. You want to lose me? I will protect you, I promise. But even as he spoke, the danger loomed large. Clara could feel the weight of destiny pressing down on her, the burden of their love both a blessing and a curse. We can keep this up, she murmured. What if we rediscovered? I don't care, he said, his eyes fierce as they danced with immersion. I would rather be true to my heart than live a lie. I want you, Clara, only you. Tears threatened to spill, but Clara fought them back. You make it sound so simple, but this is the real world. The real world is what we make of it, he replied passionately. We can carve our own path if you'll let me. Let you? Clara echoed, her heart pounding in her chest. What if my heart leads you to ruin? Rowan stepped closer, the heat of his presence enveloping her. Then let it be a beautiful ruin. I'd rather risk it all than live without you. In that moment, Clara felt the weight of their connection, a bond forged in the fires of fate. She closed her eyes, letting the moonlight wash over her, erasing the doubts that clouded her mind. With a shaky breath, she whispered, Then let us face it together. Rowan's eyes sparkled with a mixture of relief and triumph. Forever, he promised, sealing their fate with a single word. Before they could share another moment of longing, a figure emerged from the shadows, a dark silhouette that made Clara's heart drop. Beckett stood there, arms crossed, a smirk dancing across his lips. Well, what do we have here? He taunted, his eyes glinting with malice. The Alpha and his little servant sneaking around like thieves in the night. Beckett, Rowan's voice turned cold, a warning lacing his words. You should what? Leave you to wallow in your foolishness? Beckett interrupted, his laughter ringing like a death knell. You think you can claim her? You'll only bring shame to our pack. What do you know of honor? Clara shot back, her voice laced with defiance. You're the one who hides behind cruelty. Ah, brave words from a servant, Beckett mocked, stepping closer, his eyes narrowing. You think you'll save you? This is a game you'll never win. Enough. Rowan's voice thundered, his wolf stirring beneath the surface. You don't understand the bond we share. You'll regret this. Regret? Beckett laughed, an empty sound filled with malice. I'll enjoy watching you fall. Everyone will know your shame, Alpha. You've made a grave mistake. With that, Beckett turned on his heel, leaving a venomous silence in his wake. Clara's heart sank, the reality of this situation crashing down like a tidal wave. What does this mean? She whispered, fear lining her voice. He'll tell the pack. I won't let him, Rowan replied, anger simmering beneath his calm facade. I'll confront him. The pack will see the truth. What if they don't? Clara's voice trembled. What if they turn on you? Then we'll face them together, he said, his gaze unwavering. But you must trust me. I won't let them destroy what we have. The tension crackled in the air, a battle between fear and hope. Clara's heart raced, torn between the promise of love and the threat of betrayal. Rowan, if the pack turns against you, I will not let fear dictate my heart, Clara, he said, stepping closer again, the heat between them undeniable. We will navigate this together. I want to believe you, she whispered, feeling the weight of his gaze. But the stakes are so high. Then let us make our own stakes, he proposed, his voice gentle yet resolute. Let us show them the strength of our bond, together. In that moment, Clara knew she must decide. The path ahead was fraught with danger, yet the pull of their connection felt like destiny. As the moon shone, the night air was electric, trembling with uncertainty and alarming as Clara stood beside Rowan, their fates intertwined under the watchful gaze of the moon. Her heart pounded in rhythm with the wild pulse of the forest, but doubt gnawed at her resolve. The shadows that Beckett cast stirred in her thoughts, heavy with the weight of his threats. Rowan, if Beckett tells the pack, Clara's voice trailed off, fear clawing at her throat. What if they turn against you? I won't let him, Rowan promised fiercely, his eyes alight with determination. I'll confront him, and the pack will see the truth. You are not just a servant to me, you are my mate. Mates, she whispered, the word both thrilling and terrifying. But don't you see, the pack will never accept this. You'll be seen as weak, and they'll find a way to tear us apart. He stepped closer, his presence a powerful force that shielded her from the chilling winds of doubt. I'd rather be weak with you than strong without you. I would fight the world for you, Clara. You have to trust me. Tears threatened to spill as she looked into his eyes, seeing the fire of his conviction and the depth of his heart. It is so easy to say that in this moment, but the reality of the pack is ruthless. Can we really defy them? Rowan's jaw clenched, his wolf stirred within him, eager to protect and claim. I will not let fear dictate my heart, he replied, his voice low and steady. Let us show them the strength of our bond. Together we will carve our own path. As hope flickered like a fragile flame between them, Clara felt the pull of destiny, yet the shadows of doubt loomed ever closer. But what if they hurt you in the process? What if I lose you? Rowan cupped her face in his hands, the warmth radiating from him anchoring her in the storm of emotions. I refuse to let them take you from me. Our connection is powerful, it defies the norms of this world. I will prove it. But as the moon hung high in the sky, a chilling howl sliced through the air, sending shivers down Clara's spine. It was Beckett, his voice ringing out, full of authority and malice. Rowan, where are you? We were waiting for your presence back in the hall. Clara's heart dropped, panic rising within her chest. You have to go. They'll suspect something. I want to leave you, Rowan said, his eyes blazing with defiance. Let them suspect. I will not let them dictate our lives. Rowan, she urged, her voice trembling as she stepped back, fear gnawing at her. You must go before they find us. I can't risk your safety. He hesitated, the pain of separation warring with the desire to stay. This isn't over, Clara. I will come back for you. As he turned and disappeared into the shadows, Clara felt the loss like a physical ache, the echo of his promise reverberating in her heart. She returned to the hall, the laughter and festivities now feeling hollow, tainted by the weight of what had just transpired. But as she poured drinks for the feasting wolves, the whispers grew sharper, crueler. Can you believe she thinks she can win the Alpha's heart? The voice sneered. The servant dreaming of a title far beyond her reach. Clara clenched her jaw, forcing herself to focus on her tasks while every word pierced her like daggers. The pack scorn wrapped around her like a shroud, suffocating her spirit. The laughter echoed in her ears, a reminder of her place beneath them. Clara! Beckett's mocking tones sliced through her haze, making her jump. Lost in her fantasies again, you should know your place. I know my place, Beckett, she replied, her voice steady despite the tremors of anxiety beneath. It is serving the pack. Is that why you were caught alone with the Alpha? He taunted, stepping closer, a predatory glint in his eyes. I'll make sure everyone knows about your little rendezvous in the woods. Do you think I care what the pack thinks? Clara snapped, the bitterness in her voice surprising even her. I am just a servant, remember. Exactly, he said, leaning in, his voice a whisper thick with malice. You were nothing but a toy for the Alpha to play with, a broken servant dreaming of something unattainable. Her heart raced, battling against the fear rising within her. I am not broken, she declared, her voice rising with defiance. And I want to allow you to belittle me. I may be a servant, but I am more than that. Brave words from a mere Omega, he replied, smirking as he stood back, savoring her discomfort. Let us see how brave you are when the pack hears about you and the Alpha. As he turned to leave, the dread settled heavily in Clara's chest. The truth of Rowan's feelings might not be enough to shield him from the pack's fury. What if she was the catalyst for his downfall? The night deepened, the shadows stretching as Clara finished her duties. The laughter and music faded into a distant memory as she slipped away from the hall, seeking solace in the quiet embrace of the woods. The moon illuminated her path, casting silvery light on the familiar terrain. "Clara," a voice called softly from the darkness, sending a jolt of hope through her. Rowan emerged from the shadows, his presence radiating warmth. "I couldn't stay away." A heart soared, but fear followed closely behind. "What if they see you?" "Beckett will tell them." "I don't care about Beckett," he replied, stepping closer, his expression fierce. "I only care about you." "But the pack," she began, but he silenced her with a finger on her lips. "Let them come," he declared, his gaze unwavering. "I will fight for you, Clara. I will defy every tradition, every expectation, just to keep you by my side." "I want to believe you," she murmured, her heart aching with vulnerability. "But it's not just about us. The pack is unyielding. But our bond is stronger," he insisted, taking her hands in his, the intensity of his gaze igniting her soul. "I want to let them take you from me. You belong with me." Tears pooled in her eyes as she whispered, "But I am scared, Rowan, scared of the unknown, scared of you being hurt because of me." Rowan's grip tightened around her hands, his voice soothing yet fierce. "Then let us face that fear together. I choose you, Clara. You are my mate, my destiny." As the moonlight bathed them, Clara felt the weight of his words. Would she dare to believe in a love so powerful it could challenge the very fabric of their world? The connection between them thrummed in the air, electric and alive. Just then, a rustle in the bushes made her heart race, and Clara turned to see Beckett emerging from the shadows once more, a malicious grin stretching across his face. Well, what do we have here?" the Alfred and his little servant sneaking around like forbidden lovers. "Beckett," Rowan's voice was like ice, his wolf barely contained beneath the surface. "You shouldn't be here." "Shouldn't he, eh?" Beckett chuckled, stepping closer, his eyes gleaming with menace. "You've made a fool of yourself, Rowan, claiming a servant. You only bring shame to our pack." Clara's heart sank as Beckett's words seeped into her soul. "You don't understand our bond," she said, her voice trembling yet defiant. "We are meant to be together." "Meant to be?" Beckett scoffed, his laughter echoing through the night. "You think he'll save you? You read nothing but a distraction to him. I'll make sure everyone knows your shame." Rowan stepped in front of her, his body a shield against the venomous words. "You don't know what you're talking about. Clara is my mate, and I will protect her at all costs." "Mate?" Beckett's expression twisted with amusement. "You really think the pack will accept this? You've just sealed your fate, Rowan. They'll never follow a leader who is weak enough to claim a servant." Clara felt the weight of despair settle upon her, the reality of their predicament crashing down like a tidal wave. "Rowan, what does this mean?" she whispered, despair flooding her voice. "He'll tell the pack." "I want to let him," Rowan replied, anger simmering beneath his calm facade. "I'll confront him. The pack will see the truth." "But what if they don't?" Her voice trembled as she looked up at him. "What if they turn on you?" "Then we'll face them together," he said, his gaze unwavering. "But you must trust me. I want to let them destroy what we have. Together." The word echoed in her mind, resonating with the bond she felt. But the danger loomed large, and doubt clawed at her heart. The air was thick with tension, the moonlight casting an ethereal glow over the silverwood pack as Clara stood beside Rowan, the weight of their secret pressing heavily upon them. Beckett's mocking laughter lingered in the air like a dark omen, threatening to unravel everything they had fought for in the shadows. "Rowan," Clara whispered, her voice trembling. "What if he tells the pack? What if they turn against you?" The fear that had settled in her heart was a living thing, clawing at her insides. Rowan's jaw tightened, the ferocity of his wolf simmering just beneath the surface. "I want to let him dictate our fate, Clara. You mean too much to me. I will fight for this, fight for us." "But the pack could." She trailed off, her heart heavy with doubt. "They were ruthless. They could turn on you in an instant. I don't want to be the reason you lose everything." Rowan stepped closer, the warmth of his body radiating reassurance amidst the chill of the night. "You are not the reason for anything but my happiness. The bond we share is more powerful than the pack has scorn. I will show them." "Show them?" Clara echoed, her heart racing with the enormity of his words. "What if they don't see? What if they refuse to accept us?" Rowan grasped her hands, his grip firm yet gentle. "Then we will make them see. I refuse to live in a world where I can claim my mate, where the love between us is deemed a weakness. You are my strength, Clara." The defiance in his voice ignited a flicker of hope within her, yet the shadows of doubt remained. "But the traditions, they run deep. You could stand to lose everything: your title, respect, your pack." He shook his head, a fierce determination shining in his eyes. My respect comes from being true to myself, to my heart. You are my heart, Clara. I won't let that go without a fight. Just as Clara opened her mouth to respond, a howl echoed through the night, chilling her to the bone. Beckett's voice rang out across the clearing, stronger now, filled with a twisted sense of triumph. Rowan, we were waiting for you. Come back to the hall, where you belong. Panic surged through Clara's veins. You have to go. They allow suspect something. I can bear the thought of them finding out. Her voice broke, desperation creeping in. I want to leave you, Rowan insisted, his eyes dark with the intensity of his resolve. I will confront Beckett, and I will make it clear that my heart belongs to you. But what if he turns the pack against you? Clara's voice trembled, her fear clawing at her insides. What if they decide to punish you for loving me? Rowan stepped back, the distance between them like a chasm filled with uncertainty. I won't allow anyone to hurt you. I'd rather face the entire pack than lose you, Clara. You matter too much to me. The intensity in his gaze made her heart ache, and for a moment she felt a surge of courage blossom within her. Then let us face them together, she said, taking a deep breath. If we recarve our path, we do it united. Rowan's expression softened, a warm smile breaking through the tension. Together, always. He leaned closer, their foreheads touching, and Clara felt the electric pulse of their bond radiating through them. But just as the moment threatened to become transcendent, Beckett's shadow loomed larger, the sound of his footsteps approaching sending Clara's heart racing once more. Well, what do we have here? He called mockingly, stepping into the clearing, his eyes glinting with malice. The alpha and his little servant caught in a moment of weakness. Beckett, Rowan growled, stepping protectively in front of Clara, his wolf instinct surging to the forefront. This is none of your business. But it is my business, Beckett replied, his voice dripping with contempt. You've made it my business, Alpha, claiming a servant as your mate. You've disgraced the pack with your foolishness. Clara's heart pounded in her chest. She refused to let Beckett's words scare her. I am not disgraceful, she shot back, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her. I am not just a servant. I have worth, and our bond is real. Real? Beckett laughed, a chilling sound that sent shivers down her spine. You really think the pack will accept you? You are nothing but an omega, a pitiful servant dreaming of a life far beyond her reach. Enough. Rowan's voice thundered, filled with an authority that demanded respect. You don't understand the bond we share. Clara is my mate. You will not insult her. Oh, but I will, Beckett taunted, taking a step closer, his eyes gleaming with malice. I'll make sure the entire pack knows about this little secret. You'll see just how much they'll support your foolish choices. Do your worst, Beckett, Rowan replied, his voice low and fierce. You underestimate the strength of what we share. I want to let you tear us apart. Beckett's grin faltered for a moment, but he regained his composure quickly. We'll see about that, he sneered, before turning on his heel and striding away, leaving a palpable tension in the air. Clara turned to Rowan, her heart racing. What if he really spreads lies? The pack will listen to him. Rowan took her hands in his, grounding her. Let him try. I will not cower in fear. I love you, Clara. I will fight for you, for us, no matter the cost. But as much as Clara wanted to believe in that promise, the weight of reality pressed down upon her. What if that's not enough? She whispered, her voice trembling. What if the pack decides to turn against you? I can bear to see you hurt because of me. Then we will confront them together, Rowan insisted, his eyes fierce. We will show them our bond is stronger than their traditions. I refuse to live in a world where I can claim my mate. The vulnerability in his words struck a chord deep within her, and Clara felt the warmth of hope ignite in her heart. I want to believe that, she said, her voice soft. But the shadows loom so large. Then we will walk into the light together, Rowan replied, his grip tightening around her hands. I will not let fear dictate our love, I promise. Their lips brushed together, a tender yet passionate kiss that sent waves of warmth flooding to Clara. In that moment, she knew that whatever trials awaited them, their love was worth fighting for. But as they pulled away, the realities of their situation came crashing back. The pack loomed in the distance, their judgment like thunderclouds ready to unleash a storm. We need to return, Clara said, her heart heavy. The longer we were out here, the more they might suspect something. Rowan nodded, his expression serious. We will face them head-on, together. As they made their way back to the hall, Clara's heart raced with uncertainty. The laughter and revelry that had once filled her with despair now felt like a looming tempest, threatening everything she held dear. When they entered the hall, the whispers began immediately, hushed but filled with venomous curiosity. Clara felt their eyes on her, filled with judgment, their words slicing through her heart. Look at her, she thinks she is worthy of the alpha, how naive. Rowan stood tall beside her, his presence a fortress against the scorn. Enough, he bellowed, silencing the hall. I have something to say. The room once still, all eyes on him. Clara felt the weight of the moment pressing down, her heart pounding in her chest. I've made my choice, Rowan declared, his voice strong and unwavering. And that choice is Clara. She is my mate, and I will not be ashamed of it. Gasps echoed around the hall, disbelief washing over the gathered wolves like a tidal wave. Clara clutched Rowan's arm, fear and hope warring within her chest. What? Vickett's voice cut through the stillness, filled with contempt. You can't be serious, you will disgrace this pack. I will do no such thing, Rowan shot back, his eyes fierce. I will lead with my heart, not just my rank. Clara is worth more than your disdain, and I will prove it. The murmurs intensified, uncertainty rippling through the crowd. Clara held her breath, heart racing as she searched the faces around her. Some were filled with doubt, others with outright hostility, but a few mirrored Rowan's unwavering determination. But deep in her heart she felt the tremors of fear, the shadows of doubt whispering that their love might not be enough. What if they were right? What if she was the catalyst for his downfall? Rowan, she whispered, trembling. What if they turn against you? What if Beckett's words have already taken root? He turned to her, his expression fierce yet tender.